there are differing opinions about it, but in general, the idea is if you're that small caps may be one area that investors may want to look at, especially if they have a little bit of a speculative taste.
Well, that speculative taste usually leads to some pretty good gains, at least
Yeah,
good gain potential. And
right,
that's what we see with your first pick. Let's go
right,
into the first stock that you have on your list of 3 small cap stocks that are poised for some good growth this year.
right. So the first one I was looking at, I was using the Market Beat stock screener, by the way, when I was doing this. So the stock screener is a great tool to use. I did it for this one. I was looking in particular for stocks that were going to have at least 10% projected earnings growth over the next 12 months. And just to see where it led me, my first pick is Star Bulk Carriers. Now, this is a dry bulk shipping company. So the port strike is fresh on every investor's mind. Uh, you know the importance of these companies in terms of getting goods and services into our ports and therefore into the broader economy. What I found interesting about Starbulk is not only are they the biggest US listed carrier in terms of fleet size, they have like 160 vessels, but one of their primary markets is China. And that got me looking at them a little bit closer. And one of the things that they said in their most recent earnings report is that they were noticing a 7.6 increase in shipments into China through July of 2024. The significance of that, for me at least, was that was before China announced these massive stimulus measures that they've just announced. So I would expect that you're going to start seeing more imports into China, especially in the areas of iron ore, because China is one of the leading providers of steel still, regardless of any tariff situation. So I would expect that to go up. Then you have to look at valuation at 6.9 times forward earnings. Analysts give the stock about a 28% upside, and that goes along with a 12.2% dividend yield. Again, the valuation itself may not mean much, but when you combine it with positive analyst sentiment and a great dividend yield, Starbulk is one that investors may want to take a close look at.
That's very interesting. Like, as you said, this company definitely got hit the last couple of years with the stock going down a little bit
Right,
when there was less of, just the interest
right.
rate situation and things like that. Any concern that it's not yet back to those historic highs?
The biggest concern I would have with Starbulk at this point would be energy prices. We're already starting to see an uptick in oil prices. And ironically, there were some people that said, well, you don't have to worry about oil prices going higher because China demand is down. Well, now China demand is up. And so that means oil prices are likely to keep going up. That would be maybe my one concern here with the stock. But otherwise, I still think this is a good play right now because I think there's going to be increased demand that'll make up for that any upside in oil prices.